My child, pause for a moment. Let the world fade into the background just for now. Do you sense it? That invisible thread that pulled you here, through the chaos of endless content, through the noise of 1,000 voices competing for your attention. This was not random. This was not the cold machinery of algorithms deciding your fate. This was my hand, gentle yet deliberate, guiding your path to this very moment, because there is something between us that cannot wait any longer. I watch you scroll through life, searching for something you cannot name, a flicker of hope in the darkness, a whisper of meaning in the silence. And tonight, right now, I am breaking through the veil that separates the seen from the unseen. What you are about to hear will not just touch your ears, it will reach into the depths of your soul, into places you thought were sealed forever, into wounds you have hidden even from yourself. Listen with more than your mind. In the minutes ahead, something ancient and powerful will begin to stir within you. Faith that has grown cold will catch fire again. Doors you believed were welded shut will start to tremble on their hinges. The impossible will begin its slow, inevitable march toward your doorstep. But I need you here fully present until the very end. Because what waits for you at the conclusion of this message is not just words. It is a key forged specifically for the lock that has kept you imprisoned. If you feel something shifting in your soul this instant, take one more step of faith. Like this video, or leave a comment below saying Amen or I am ready. Let me know you are here. You are taking in my words with all your spirit, and you are present in heaven's plan. Your act of faith today is the seed that produces your harvest tomorrow. I see you, my child. Not the version you show the world, not the mask you wear when you step outside your door. I see the real you, the one who exists in the quiet hours before dawn, when sleep refuses to come and thoughts spiral like leaves in a storm. I have counted every tear that fell in secret, every prayer that died on your lips before you could speak it into the empty air. I have heard the silent screaming of your heart, the questions that torment you in the spaces between breaths. You carry burdens no one else sees, pain that has no name, exhaustion that sleep cannot cure. There are nights when you lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering if anyone truly knows what it costs you just to keep moving forward. You smile for others, perform your role with precision, but inside you are crumbling piece by piece, moment by moment. And that is exactly why I have orchestrated this encounter. Not to judge the cracks in your foundation, not to measure your failures, not to remind you of every wrong turn you have taken. I brought you here to speak truth into the lies you have believed about yourself, to pour light into the darkness you have learned to call home. This is not magic, my child. This is not wishful thinking or empty philosophy. This is the sound of heaven mobilizing on your behalf. While you have been wondering if I abandoned you, I have been moving mountains you could not see. Every word that lands in your spirit right now is like a golden thread being woven into the fabric of your future, stitching together what was torn apart. Do not close this message. Do not let distraction pull you away. Take a breath, slow and deep. Feel the air fill your lungs. Let your shoulders drop. Release the tension you have been carrying like armor. Open your heart. Just a crack. Just enough to let possibility back in. Now, if you sense even the smallest spark of hope returning, write these words in the comments below. I receive this miracle. It may seem like a small thing typing letters on a screen, but it is an act of defiance against despair, a declaration that you still believe in more than what your eyes can see. You did not stumble into this moment by accident. I have been watching the path of your life with the attention of an artist studying their masterpiece. Every twist, every setback, every detour has been leading here, to this intersection where my voice meets your hunger for something real. I know you in ways that would terrify you if you truly understood. I know the thoughts you have never spoken aloud, the fears you carry like heirlooms passed down through generations. I know your secret shames, your private failures. I know the moments you wanted to quit, the times you stood at the edge. I know your silence is louder than your words, your strength born from desperation, your weariness that runs deeper than bone. And still I say to you today, you are not alone. I have never stepped back from you, not even when my silence felt like abandonment, not even when the heavens seemed sealed above your prayers. Even then I was there, working in ways you could not perceive, fighting battles in realms you cannot access, guarding your life from dangers you will never know existed. I did not bring you here to heap more guilt on shoulders already bent with burden. I brought you here to lift you, to heal the fractures in your foundation, to prepare you for something so significant that it requires a stronger version of you. And that transformation begins not out there, in changed circumstances, but in here, in the landscape of your inner world. You are closer than you know to the breakthrough you have been seeking, the answer to prayers you whispered years ago, prayers you have almost forgotten, prayers you abandoned when hope grew too painful to maintain. But I have not forgotten. What I promise, I fulfill. What I begin, I complete. Very soon a shift will occur in the spiritual atmosphere surrounding your life. You will not see it with physical eyes, but you will feel it in your soul like the change in air pressure before a storm. Peace will begin to displace the anxiety that has made a home in your chest. And you will know without anyone telling you that I have entered your most intimate spaces, bringing order to chaos, bringing life to what was dead. You have not wasted time. The years that feel lost, the opportunities that slipped through your fingers, the dreams that died, none of it was meaningless. You are still at the center of my will. Your story is not over. The chapter you are in right now is not the conclusion. It is the darkest part of the plot, the moment just before dawn. Do not let the voices around you convince you that you have failed beyond redemption. You are a work in progress, and the greatest works of art take time. I am the architect of your existence, and in my blueprints there are no mistakes, only materials being shaped for purposes you do not yet understand. If you have remained with me this far, leave these words in the comments, I believe. Sometimes the heart learns to defend itself by refusing hope. After enough disappointments, enough prayers that seem to bounce off the ceiling, the heart builds walls. It locks itself away in a fortress of low expectations. But today, I am standing at that fortress gate, calling you back to the risk of belief. The miracle is already in motion. It has left the realm of heaven and is traveling toward the address of your life. It will touch not only you but everyone connected to you, your home, your family, your dreams, your future. One day, and that day is not as far away as you think, you will look back at this moment and understand that this was the turning point. The moment when everything began to shift from survival to breakthrough. I am the God who initiates, who sustains, who completes. I start what I finish. And you, my child, you are my beloved creation, my investment of love. Do not fear the uncertainty ahead. Do not run from the discomfort of change. My presence beside you is already evidence of victory. Now let me tell you something that will ease the anxiety coiled in your stomach. While you have been watching the clock, counting days, fearing deadlines, feeling like life is passing you by, I have been ahead of you preparing what you cannot yet see. You measure time by earthly standards, but you forget that my time operates by different physics. Heaven does not bow to your schedule. You think you are waiting, standing still while life moves on without you. But the truth is, the blessing has been getting closer. The miracle has been approaching. Everything has its moment, its perfect timing. Your season of waiting has not been wasted. Every tear has been collected. Every prayer has been recorded. When it seemed like there was no response, I was simply adjusting the timing, moving pieces into position. An early miracle can feel like a burden you are not ready to carry. But you were not born to be crushed. You were born to bear glory. And that glory is about to rest on your house like morning, light breaking through storm clouds. If you sense this truth resonating in your spirit, write these words: I trust your timing, Lord. You have wondered why the waiting has been so long, why the trials have been so numerous. Today I answer, nothing has been wasted. Everything you have endured has been preparing the soil of your life for a season of harvest so abundant you will barely recognize yourself when it arrives. When the change begins to manifest, when the doors start opening, when the blessings start flowing, you will look back and see the pattern. You will understand that it was not delay, but divine precision. It was not abandonment, but strategic positioning. Everything will make sense. My timing never fails. I have been arranging circumstances, moving people, closing wrong doors, opening right ones. While you thought nothing was happening, I was conducting a symphony of provision behind the curtain of the visible. I created you to live with joy, not to carry burdens that break your back. The season approaching is marked by peace that surpasses understanding, by renewal that reaches into every corner of your existence. I have been placing everything in its proper position, removing people who were blocking your blessing, closing opportunities that appeared attractive, but would have led you into wilderness. And while doing all this invisible work, I have been preparing the perfect moment to release what I have been holding for you. And listen closely, that moment is nearer than you think. You are standing on the edge of the greatest change your life has ever known. When it begins to unfold, you will remember these words. You will remember this night, and you will understand that it was God. Only heaven could orchestrate something this precise, this powerful, this perfectly tailored to your unique story. So stop the comparison game. Stop measuring your progress against others. Stop feeling like you are falling behind. Heaven has set the appointed hour, and your name is on the list of those who will receive. The time to honor you publicly is approaching fast, not because you have earned it, but because I love you with a love that is not contingent on performance. What I promised you will be fulfilled with such precision that you will struggle to believe it is real. You will wonder if you somehow imagined it. But it will be as real as the air you breathe. And when you experience it fully, you will know beyond question that this was not luck, not coincidence. This was the timing of God. If you feel faith rising in your chest, show it by leaving this phrase in the comments. God's timing is perfect. Now that you understand heaven is mobilizing on your behalf, let me remind you of something you may have buried so deep you forgot. It was there, the promise I gave you years ago, the one you stopped mentioning because it seemed foolish to keep believing. That promise is still alive. It did not expire because you doubted or because circumstances seemed to contradict it. I do not forget what I speak. My words do not return to me empty. The promise I gave you is working even now, even in the waiting, even in the silence. With me, there is no expiration date on blessing. I can take what appears dead and breathe life into it. I can resurrect dreams that have been buried for decades. Right now, at this very moment, I am preparing to open a door for you. Not just any door, but the specific door that leads to the future I designed for your life. Behind it lies the next chapter, the breakthrough, the blessing you have been seeking without knowing exactly what form it would take. Many people have walked through wrong doors in their desperation for change. They have chosen paths that glittered with false light, but ended in darkness. But that will not be your story. I have been protecting you from wrong doors, even when you wanted to force them open. My refusal was not cruelty, it was love guarding you from harm. And now you are in a different place, more sensitive to my voice, more willing to wait for my timing. That is why the door opening for you now is different. It carries purpose, not just change. It will open at the exact moment when you are ready to walk through it. This door could represent many things. It might be a new opportunity in your career, a reconciliation with someone you thought was lost forever, physical healing, freedom from an addiction, a change in your location, an internal shift in perspective. You may not fully comprehend what the door represents yet, but something inside you knows that change is coming. You can feel it. You know why I have started moving now after all this waiting. Because you made a choice. You chose to trust me with your life. You stopped trying to control every outcome. That surrender opened something in the heavens. While you cried, I was already turning the handle on the door. While you prayed, I was unlocking mechanisms you could not see. And right now, as you listen to these words, I am giving orders to the angels assigned to your life. Prepare the way for my child, remove the obstacles, clear the path, open what has been closed. And heaven obeys, angels move, circumstances shift, the impossible bends. If you believe that I keep my promises, leave one word in the comments, promise. The door will open, and you will not have to force it. It will happen naturally, smoothly, like water finding its course. What comes from me does not bring confusion. It brings peace that settles in your bones. It brings light that illuminates your path. When you step through this door, you will feel the rightness of it. Take a deep breath, my child. That door you thought would never open, that answer you believed was impossible, that path that seemed permanently blocked, has already begun to shift. I am about to surprise you in ways that will leave you breathless with gratitude. When you look back from the other side of this breakthrough, you will understand why you had to wait. You will see that every tear had purpose. Every silent moment was not abandonment. When you walk through the door, you will not be alone. I will be right beside you, guiding each step, protecting you, blessing you in ways you did not think to ask for. Because this door is not the end of my work in your life. It is only the beginning. Now that the door is moving, I want to go even deeper. Today, right now, I declare the end of everything that has been holding you back. There are chains you cannot see, but you have felt their weight. They were forged from words spoken over you by people who did not know your destiny. Harsh judgments, careless criticisms, labels that stuck to you. They told you that you were not good enough, that you would never succeed, and somewhere deep inside, you began to believe them. But today I break those chains. I shatter those false identities. You are not who they said you were. You are who I say you are. And I say you are my beloved child, chosen before the foundation of the world, called to walk in purpose, destined for impact. There are also spiritual chains, patterns passed down through family lines, curses that seem to follow you like shadows, cycles of poverty, addiction, broken relationships that repeat generation after generation. But I say to you today, enough. It is finished. The cycle breaks here now with you. From this moment forward, a new pattern begins. Where there was lack, provision will flow. Where there was brokenness, wholeness will emerge. Where there was bondage, freedom will reign. If you receive this freedom, type one word in the comments. Freedom. There are also chains of fear that have kept you small, kept you hiding. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of rejection. These fears whisper lies, telling you to stay in comfortable misery rather than risk breakthrough. But perfect love casts out fear, and my love for you is perfect today. Those fears lose their grip. There are wounds too, deep injuries from betrayal, trauma, loss, scars that have never properly healed, guilt for past mistakes that you carry like stones, shame that tells you that you are damaged goods, disqualified from goodness. But listen, nothing from your past holds more power than my grace. Nothing you have experienced can erase what I am preparing for you. I am the God who opens locks without keys, who breaks chains with a word, who steps into the prison of your soul and says, "Rise up, your time has come." You will feel this freedom like a heavy coat being lifted from your shoulders, like stepping from a dark room into sunlight, like taking the first full breath after years of shallow breathing. From this day forward, you will not walk with shackled feet. You will move freely, lightly, with clear purpose, because I am the God who liberates. And when I set someone free, it is complete freedom, irreversible freedom. There is no going back to the prison once I have opened the door. If anyone ever told you that you would never change, that your life would always be this hard, today I cancel those words. I replace them with truth. My plan for you is good. You are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You were conceived in love, formed with intention, released into the world with purpose. Inside you is a future that only I can unlock, and nothing can stop it from unfolding. Always remember, my hands never leave those who trust me. I do not forget my children. I do not abandon my promises. I finish what I begin. And in you, I have begun a work that will astonish everyone who knows your story. You were born to be free, and today, this freedom begins to take root in the soil of your life. Now that I have broken the chains, it is time to address the weight you have been carrying. You have shouldered burdens I never asked you to bear, responsibilities that drained you, pains that wounded your soul, guilt that was never yours. Even when you were exhausted, you kept going. You smiled through the pain. You pretended everything was fine when inside you were falling apart. I know the weight pressing on your chest, the feeling that steals your breath. This crushing burden is not weakness. It is simply a load you were never meant to carry alone. So today, I declare what is too heavy for you. I will carry myself. The battles you have been fighting with your own strength, I will fight on your behalf. You have tried to fix everything yourself. You have spent sleepless nights searching for answers. But what you cannot accomplish with human hands, I can do with a single breath. There are bills you cannot pay, relationships you cannot mend, sicknesses you cannot cure, but today I invite you to place it all in my hands. When you release the weight to me, you will feel instant relief. Not because your circumstances change immediately, though many will, but because the responsibility shifts from your shoulders to mine, and I have shoulders strong enough to bear the weight of the universe. Your burdens do not even register as heavy to me. Come to me, all who are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest, real rest, soul rest, the kind of rest that makes you feel human again, that brings color back to your world, that allows you to breathe deeply. I am lifting the weight today. You will feel lighter. Things that seemed impossible yesterday will seem manageable today. This is my final word to you tonight. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Even in your darkest hour, I was there. And I am here now speaking these words directly into your spirit, reminding you that your story is not over. Your purpose is not finished. Your best days are not behind you. Believe again, hope again, dream again. The miracle is coming. The door is opening. The chains are breaking. The burden is lifting. And you, my beloved child, you are about to step into a season so beautiful, so abundant, so filled with my presence that you will barely recognize the landscape of your life. Always remember this, my child. I love you. I see you. I have not forgotten you, and your breakthrough begins now.